Long before the golden age of piracy in the Caribbean, ancient Greece was a hotbed for fierce, independent pirate states, challenging the powers of mighty city-states like Athens and Sparta. These forgotten savages left a mark on history as notorious raiders and rebels who shaped trade, politics, and warfare in the ancient Mediterranean. Ancient Greece wasn't a unified nation, it was a patchwork of city-states and islands, each with its own government, culture, and agenda. And in these islands, the laws of the land didn't always reach. Islands like Crete, the Cyclades, and even parts of Anatolia became sanctuaries for pirates and mercenaries who raided the sea for wealth and power. These pirate republics weren't just isolated bands of outlaws. They were organized with their own systems, governance, and hierarchies. They preyed on merchant ships traveling between powerful cities and sometimes even served as mercenaries, hired by city-states to disrupt rival trade routes. In a way, piracy was both business and a political act. For these pirates, the sea was a treasure trove. The Aegean and Ionian seas were bustling trade highways, where ships carried everything from precious metals and textiles to wine and olive oil. Capturing a ship didn't just mean wealth, it meant power and influence. And the pirate republics knew exactly how to leverage this. One of the most famous of these pirate hubs was Praxelis, a city on the southern coast of modern-day Turkey. It was perfectly situated along the key trade routes and was notorious for its alliances with pirates. By the 3rd century before Christ, Praxelis was so infamous for piracy that it was frequently attacked by various Greek and Roman forces trying to curb its influence, and yet it always managed to rebuild and continue its piratical ways. Crete was another hotspot. The rugged mountainous terrain made it a perfect hideout, and its strategic location between mainland Greece and the wider Mediterranean made it ideal for raiding. Pirates in Crete didn't just survive, they thrived. Some Cretan city-states like Itanos and Polyrrhenia were known to actively support piracy, and Cretan pirates even became notorious mercenaries, offering their skills to the highest bidder. Pirates of ancient Greece were feared not just for their skill in battle, but for their unpredictability. One day they might raid your ship, the next day they could be hired by a rival city-state to disrupt your trade routes. These uncertain allegiance made them both valuable and feared. They were known to fight with brutal efficiency. These pirate republics weren't entirely cut off from society either. In fact, they often mingled with regular citizens of Greece, sometimes even returning stolen goods for a fee. A kind of ancient protection racket. The line between pirate and politician was often blurry. Many pirates held connections with Greek elites who would use them for their own ends, creating a network of shadowy alliances that reached into the highest circles of society. But as with many empires, the rise of Rome changed everything. As Rome expanded into Mediterranean, it saw these pirate states as threats to stability. By the 1st century before Christ, Rome was determined to eliminate the pirate menace. They launched massive naval campaigns led by General Pompey, who eventually defeated the pirate forces and destroyed their bases. And soon after, they were forgotten by history.